Yeah.
Yeah, I think there is a need of a major reset of this whole agenda of OIC, frankly speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is an agenda driven by crisis.
Okay.
There is no goal or vision of constructive nature in these meetings.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back in 1969, the crisis in Masjid Al-Aqsa, right?
Yeah.
So, and then we have other sort of major benchmarks uh, in Palestine, in Bosnia.
Whenever a crisis takes place,
Whenever
there's
there is
a
a crisis,
yeah.
okay, we hear about OIC. Now, you briefly mentioned about Bosnia, and we need to recognize that in Bosnia war,
Mm-hmm.
U.S. and UN and NATO was actually helpful in resolving that crisis militarily when it was needed. And so, we need to recognize that, yes, maybe OIC countries were there symbolically, but the real action was done by universal by other countries, or by a universal understanding, and that is something very important that I think OIC and we Muslims, but also OIC, need to understand these issues from a universal angle,
Yeah.
from a human rights angle. Right? So it's not a question of just a Kashmiri Muslim being persecuted, or a Bosnia, or Muslim in China being persecuted, but also elsewhere. Whenever we see aggression, whenever we see injustice, whenever we see oppression, poverty, conflict, we should speak out, and that is the idea of course, Islam as a global religion. When we talk about Rahmatul lil Alameen or Rabbul Alameen, we refer to this universal understanding of our deen. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but um, but on the other hand, when we look at these celebrations here, in OIC we don't see that universal appeal, and that reduces the seriousness of the forum,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, in an international eye, and that is something needs to be changed, and that positioning. So that is a repositioning which is needed,
Mm-hmm.
much before action and much before any implementation. We need to reposition the whole organization, which is representing universally held values, which Islam also has always stood for, as inspired, when we talk about the peace and justice and tolerance,
Mm-hmm.
and that's we stand for, and that's what we hope that current or future leadership within the OIC
Mm-hmm.
can consider. It will only happen, I think, only happen, Tasneem, if the leadership in these countries are more and more representative of the societies which they represent.
They're coming from.